What's up amigos and welcome back to Kombi Life. Okay, this video is not intended to put you off van life. In fact, one of the main reasons I started this channel back in 2012 and have documented all of our van life overland adventures around the world is to inspire you to try this type of travel, because it can be so rewarding. That said, you know that I like to keep it real with you here on Kombi Life.
Mine's 8.9 last night. Not the coldest night we've had, but definitely too cold for van life.
And there is a hidden cost of van life, and that cost is not entirely financial. Yes, I know my Kombi is 50 years old, but even if you have something born in this century, owning a van is a lot of work. And as you'll see in this video, there are essential tasks that every van owner will need to do from time to time.
Do this as a preventative measure. It's much needed.
Watch this and see if you are still willing to do what it takes to make van life possible. First, some context. Tamara and I have just finished our first trip together, which was a 3-month trial run through France, Spain and Portugal, and the results are now in. She likes adventure, she likes van life, and heck, she even likes me. Way! I think we've got a keeper, guys. So this video covers 2 months of evenings and weekends that we spent prepping for our next massive adventure, which is coming soon to Kombi Life, so don't forget to subscribe if you are new here. Many of these tasks in this video were necessary fixes and things that you'll need to consider when starting van life, and the other jobs were improvements and upgrades. Nice. Right then, let's get to work.
Okay. Oh my god, you're so strong! In our cooker, our large burner doesn't stay lit. Light's just fine, but when you let go, it goes out. I did fix this previously, but the fix is temperamental and is annoying AF. We need a better solution. Do you have something for that?
I think you might have this.
We have a new thermocoupler. Let's get that installed.
In my experience, Dometic make excellent camper van equipment, but it doesn't really stand up very well to the test of time. So we often have to do fixes. Whilst we're in here fixing the cooker, we're going to be tackling a few other jobs too.
Our kitchen sliders are broken. They just flew out one day when we went around a corner and we thought it was closed and flew off the hinges, and so we have to replace some sliders. I'm just getting a really good angle. I think I've got the angle. What do you think? Don't forget to like, share, subscribe and smack that ass. Hit that red button. Okay, right, ready? Let's...
Okay.
Is that loose now?
Looks pretty loose. I've got access now.
Okay.
Okay.
Is that the new thermocoupler in?
New thermocoupler's in.
Okay. Secure it.
You got it?
Yeah.
And then the new star thing.
New star thing.
Star thing. Reassembled. Let's see if it works. Oh, it's the wrong one. It's been a minute.
Okay, give that 5 seconds. You should be able to let that go. Okay. Come on!
Come on! Yes!
Whilst we're here, we're going to change some gas hose, LPG, propane hose, because it's been... how many years? 4 years since I put it in. That took a long time. It's actually perfectly fine and it feels good, and it feels like it didn't even need to be replaced, but I have some spare hose. We're in here anyway, so why not change it? Just add 5 minutes to the job. 15 minutes. An hour and 15 minutes. It's a quick job, we might as well do it. You always look this glamorous when you're working on the Kombi.
That's just how I look.
Warm up the hose to get it over the brass nozzle, and then spray it with some soapy water to check for leaks.
You see any bubbles? No bubbles, no troubles.
Another one bites the dust. Sink's not draining, and now we can investigate. Let's have a look.
Well, somebody thought it was a good idea to put extra loops in the hose, apparently, because you never know when you might need to cut it shorter. Well, I do need to cut it shorter because it's not draining properly. It goes from here all the way around here and then down into our draining system. It needs to go more direct from here to here. Time to sort that out. This will be a big improvement. Yeah, this is definitely a job for you, Tamara. Look at you. That's our whole kitchen. If you're wondering how big Tamara is, she fits in the kitchen. She's kitchen size. She's Kombi kitchen size.
Does it have to go all the way on?
Yeah, all the way down. In our plumbing section, on our pump, our main water pump here, we have a pre-filter, a gauze in here, which we need to check and make sure is clean, which I have just done. It's fine. It's actually surprising how clean it is. To be honest, a little suspicious. Put that back on. That's one job done. In our annual maintenance. Yay.
Okay.
Okay. Already dirty water for authenticity. Shall I maybe pull the plug now?
Oh.
You waiting for it to leak?
Yeah.
I haven't pulled the plug yet. Rock, paper, scissors to see who has to put their hand in that dirty water.
Yeah.
On
Best
three,
of
ready?
three if I lose.
One,
Rock,
two,
paper,
three.
scissors.
One,
Rock,
two,
paper,
three.
scissors. Oh no, Ben, stop recording. It's really leaking.
Do you know what the problem was?
I think whilst I was putting this on that actually I was accidentally loosening this at the same time, so it might be my turn to dip the hand in next time.
That's definitely your turn. Is it tight now?
No. It is just keeps, that looks like, oh, that's loosening. That's why. I've been doing it the wrong way. Oops.
Okay, pull the plug again.
Ready? Okay.
It's not leaking.
It's not leaking.
It's not leaking. Is it draining okay? Draining like a watermelon toilet.
Well, it's not gone everywhere, so that's a good sign, right?
Yeah, it's also not gone out of our sink. I'd like to see like a swirly.
There's a little swirly.
It's not a swirly, it's a bubble. Underwhelming.
Very.
That's draining really poorly. Yeah, it was rather underwhelming, but we think we found a crafty solution.
So,
We learned something today.
have a look at this. And essentially what we realised was, after not having used the Kombi for a couple of months, all our drains had dried, and it has essentially blocked from what? Food, hair, grossness. And so it's all now come out the bottom.
Who's putting their hair in the kitchen sink?
I would love to say that was my first time washing out of a bucket, but it's not.
Yeah, but that actually made a massive difference. So if you are having slow draining coming out your pipes, give them a little tap, loosen them up a little bit. It actually made a huge difference. Nice work, Tamara. High knuckles. Whoosh.
There's the swell!
You got a swell and everything. That's better. Actually, couldn't even get down there quick enough for you to see. It drained that quick and gurgled. Nice one. Next, for those of you that are wondering if you should clean behind your fridge every now and again to keep it working efficiently, you should. I haven't done this for 4 years because mine is an absolute biatch to get out. But we've just released the beast. Let's see how bad it is. 4 years of disgusting van life, dust and dirt from all those bumpy roads. Let's see how bad. Oh, should I be putting this on YouTube? Is that bad? I mean, that's pretty bad.
Oh my god.
Remember this? Do you know what this is for?
Ah, that's the air vent.
Yeah, that's the air vent.
Now I can actually see it.
Yeah. That allows us to close the vent when we remember to stop the dust coming up, and open it when we're on nice clean roads or parked up, so that we can get airflow pulling up through the back of the fridge. It doesn't look that bad.
Well, you can make an Alaska rug out of that hair.
That is pretty, yeah, actually. Oh, that's bad. Okay, we'll get that clean. We can clean that.
No, we have to.
Yeah, there's a bit in there. Okay, I can conclude for all of you other lazy people out there that have vans, it is worth cleaning. It's going to make it run more efficiently and hopefully keep the temperature better. They're going to ask you why you didn't do this outside the Kombi.
I just like to point out I didn't do this outside the Kombi because we have pulled the fridge out as far as we can. There is a pipe connected that we cannot disconnect. So I'm not being silly. I'm just using the tools that I have.
12-volt socket. Dead. Actually melted because of all the charging of power stations. Now, I don't know whether that's because the socket's bad or the power station. I think probably the socket, to be fair, but time for a new one. Easy fix.
Whilst we were here, Tamara insisted that we rebuild the plinth for the fridge because it kept on stopping the door from closing properly. When this girl gets something in her mind, she is unstoppable.
Fridge is in, plinth is done, opens, closes, we're happy.
Now it closes.
Okay, yeah, that too. We have decided to start a little bit sooner today because yesterday was a bit of a fail. So we're trying to get in a couple more hours with this thing.
Every day after working on our normal day jobs, we come and do a little bit more on the Kombi, and that is why we look different in every single shop, because we're progressing on multiple projects at the same time on different days.
I'd love to be able to say this is the first time that we've replaced the kitchen drawer rollers, but it's not. We've done it several times whilst we've been on the road. This could partly be due to the fact that our drawers are quite heavy, but also I think it's worth noting that when you live in a camper van and you travel, you're often on dusty roads, and so a van kitchen does tend to get a little bit more dusty behind the cupboards than your typical kitchen, and that doesn't exactly help the longevity of those tiny little roller balls, which will find their way onto the floor at some point in your van experience.
Honestly, happy to see the end of this drawer. That was a palaver.
It's still not done.
Oh God, shut up.
I'm sorry.
For ages we were just hanging our tea towels on here like this, on this bar. We've got these lovely looking tea towel holders. We haven't got a tea towel to hand, but let me just demonstrate how they work with this dirty rag.
So satisfying.
Incidentally, these digital level boxes are brilliant for when you're building a van or doing anything in the van, because you can't rely on a normal level because you might not be part level. So you can put this on, for example, this worktop, which I know is level. It tells me that I'm 0.4 degrees down this way. So I can basically make sure that that is level to 0.4 degrees down, and I know that that will be level to this. And that's how you get a level in a van. It's the only way to do it, other than jacking your vehicle up and making it exactly level, and that is a pain in the butt. Nice, one for hands, one for dishes. Next job. Oh, Kombi blue. Slight accident over here. Hopefully. Why is this paint coming out all lumpy?
Do you think maybe it would have been a good idea to test the quality of the paint first? You did say we need to check if it works, and we forgot to do that.
Old paint, that's why. So it's roughly the same colour. Was that a bad idea? What do you think?
Even before you asked me, I started laughing.
Can't see that, can you?
From here, it looks like Boomer is sparkly, and maybe we're giving him some, you know, characteristics.
It's not the same colour. It's not the same colour at all. Oh well. What are you doing?
I'm touching up on the little parts that are missing, a little bit of paint, making it look nice and pretty again. It's even called Kombi Blue.
Kombi Blue.
Look, but as you dab it nicely.
It's Kombi with a C, so it's not.
Oh, and blue gloss. Yeah, it doesn't say sparkly though, whereas, you know.
Are tiltable solar panels. The brackets on them weren't really designed for outdoor use and slowly start to rust. This one needs to be re-riveted. Just general maintenance. Nothing to do with the Kombi engine or anything to do with the Kombi, just camper vanning. I think anybody in any vehicle would have this problem. Happy days. This guy again. Do you remember that time in Spain when we were driving and this thing was flapping in the wind and we thought we fixed it on the side of the road? High fives all around. No. Yeah, it proceeded to break again. So now we need a more permanent solution. There must be a broken part. We must remove our fan again. This is basically yearly maintenance of the Max fan. Not one of my favourite jobs, to be fair. You haven't taken this apart before, have you?
No, I haven't.
I feel like this should be a rite of passage to any camper van dweller.
Now I get to really see all the intricacies of how you installed this, and you know, when you put the van together, it's so impressive.
Stop playing smack on my ass, you.
No, you know that I absolutely am fascinated how you put the van together. It's so detailed. It's all within a millimetre.
Words of affirmation is my love language. Hi.
Fancy seeing you there.
I wish we had this.
Is that how much headspace extra you need?
This is me standing up in the Kombi.
No.
This is how short I am. Maybe we should just leave this out. One of the frustrating things about the Max fan, and potentially all fans, is that you get a lot of mould growing in parts that you can't get to, so you do need to take it off like once a year if you use your camper van a lot. If you're in a very humid environment, once a year, definitely at least once every 2 years, and give it a good clean. It's a bit of a pain, but it needs to be done.
I remember you telling me how dirty it gets, and I really didn't believe you, but now that I see it, it's kind of gross.
It's kind of gross.
That is so bad. No wonder it's flapping around and making so much noise. I expected a much smaller fix. This is quite a substantial fix, Ben.
Yeah, and unfortunately we can't get those parts.
What?
They're in America, so very difficult and expensive to get them. Last season I had to spend $100 and something to get something shipped to Jersey that was the size of like a postcard.
No.
Yeah. One more brick. Okay. Top of the Kombi is going to be covered in tarp for about a month whilst we order this part. So this is the state of our mechanism for opening our fan. I just went on Amazon in America to see if I could order a new one, and 300 of these have been ordered in the last month apparently, which, looking at some of the reviews, is no surprise because most people said theirs lasted for about 3 or 4 years and then completely broke apart. Just like this one, very cheap casting, very typical of the Max fan parts, very unfortunate. Buyer beware, they are not built to last. They are a great product when they're working. So we have to order a new one. It's, I think, $30 and $90 of shipping. Awesome.
Getting there, almost, but look at how dirty that water is.
Absolutely love this jerry can. Missed it on the last adventure when I didn't have it in Spain. We desperately needed it because it was minus 10 degrees. We had almost no petrol in our gas tank, and we could have done with a jerry can to go and get supplies. We did manage to borrow one, but for this trip and for future trips, this is definitely coming with us. But the state of the jerry can holder, it's just so rusty. Let's fix it.
It might have actually been easier just to buy a new jerry can holder. It cost £33 plus delivery, but I do like to try to reuse things where possible, and structurally there was nothing wrong with this. It just didn't hold up to the weather conditions whilst we were travelling. So we've stripped the rust, repainted it, and it's back in service.
Finish the jerry can holder! Let's try.
Happy days.
Yes, yes.
Happy days.
Yay!
Another job done. That means next time we get stuck somewhere on top of a mountain that's freezing cold, we can go and get petrol for our petrol heater. That's why we've got it back.
Oh, Thank goodness.
Yeah, that's good.
Another job ticked off.
What's next?
Stitching started to tear apart a little bit, and so Ben's mum very kindly did a wonderful stitching job. Thank you, Ben's mum. Nice one.
Like a pillow.
Our head seamstress also repaired our window blinds, which she made. She's done a great job with these. They're still going strong. We absolutely love them. They make a huge difference. Thanks, Mum.
Armrests have come loose. Got to tighten those up. Did you say we keep the armrests or get rid of them and have more space?
No, keep them.
Definitely?
Definitely.
Yeah, fixed. You. Before we put the Max fan back together, we are going to fix the one weakest link. If you have a Max fan or any kind of fan on your roof in your camper van, you travel or live in an area which has got high humidity and condensation, do this. Do this as a preventative measure. It's much needed. I cannot believe that Max fan don't do this themselves. We need to tropicalize this PCB. Literally raining on this PCB as I'm doing this. You are going to tropicalize your PCB boards. Don't use clear lacquer. Spray paint, but that's the best I've got, and I can't get the proper stuff delivered to Jersey because I'm on an island and you can't get aerosols delivered very conveniently or cost effectively. You need to get the right product. Do as I say, not as I do.
Also, don't use aerosols in the wind. It's just a stupid idea, but you probably already knew that. Tropicalizing your PCB, particularly in a fan, will stop humidity from wrecking it. If you don't do this, there's a high likelihood that your PCB in your fan will die. There's just too much moisture in that area. Spraying it will keep it living longer.
Ready?
I was not ready.
Oh, sorry.
All right, this way a little bit. No. Wait.
She's so light, I can literally jump with you on my shoulders. What the hell?
Wait, now horsey, a little bit to the right. There we go. That's a good one.
You know how she said right and I went left knowing that she meant left? That's how in tune I am with this girl. We should just travel like this.
As long as we don't have to swap.
You want to try?
Yeah, okay, let's try.
Okay. Oh my god, you're so strong! Oh my god!
No, it was leg day today.
Thank you so much to those of you who comment, like and share, and for those of you who are haters, you know we don't care. Mate, we are busy here in Kombi Life making videos for you, so we'll catch you next time for Kombi Life Fixes Shit, Part 2.
Kombi Life is made possible thanks to the Kombi crew. That's you. To say thanks, we've uploaded hundreds of bonus exclusive posts and behind-the-scenes extras. If you'd like to unlock these and support our content, please join the Kombi crew on Patreon or become a YouTube channel member. It's the best way to keep the Kombi Life videos rolling.